Hello, welcome. This is Ollie. So my first time showing one of my sketchbooks. I've recently completed this sketchbook and it spans over 2 years. I bought it in Spain, in Valencia. Looks kind of Spanish. I don't know if it is. So this has mostly my sketches from the weekend where I do my urban sketching. This first image is a quick study I did once I got the sketchbook in Valencia. I used blue and red pencil. So this first urban sketch is from Footbridge Street Park. Hopefully I'm getting that correct. It's in the Liberties in Dublin, which is a very old part of Dublin, but this is a relatively new installment there. And you can see there's a cafe and lots of people walking their animals, walking their dogs. And then these are some of the sketchers that I was with on that day. This is a statue that was in the park of a horse. The next few sketches are when I was on a train. Let's just have a look at those. There wasn't anything much for me to sketch at the time. Everything out the window was moving too fast, so I just decided to test the sketchbook to see how it would handle watercolor. This is when I was staying over at a friend's house. My friend had a pizza oven in their garden, which is really quite unique. Has like a normal sort of chimney on the top, which is a disadvantage actually for a pizza oven, we found out, because all the smoke kind of comes out the front here. Then this is a fire stove, wood burning stove. These are some portraits of my partner and her sister. While we were sitting in an Italian restaurant, we ordered a few things. We got Aperol Spritz, latte, cheese, cannoli. Yeah, we were there quite a while because it was raining outside. This sketch was done in Black Rock Market, which was a wonderful day. Very sunny, a lot of people wearing nice clothing. You can see I was just sitting on the ground basically here and sketching the people. This next sketch is in Glasnevin Cemetery. I really like how the things at the forefront of the image kind of came forward in this. The only issue is that we have this line going through the illustration or sketch, because as you'll see throughout all of these sketches, I preferred to go across the two pages. So the next sketchbook that I have, it's bigger so that I can get rid of the obvious line. This is the Eye and Ear, which is a wonderful building. It's really quite enormous. So this is just the entrance. Yeah, quite happy how this turned out. This one is obviously Trinity College. There's a sculpture there. This is a portrait I did of an image that I found online of this Indian woman after I had done a watercolor portrait workshop. I wanted to practice what I had learned in that workshop. A really good workshop. It was put on by Marie Lemen, which is a person I met through sketching. So the skill that I really wanted to practice was the technique of sort of glazing, which is where you just put down watercolor, but also she had this technique of softening the line, which is really quite clever with just extra water by going back and cleaning the brush in the water and then returning, which I wanted to practice. So yeah, I got to practice in this. This is TUD Dublin. Very nice place, very modern. This is another portrait from an image that I found online, just pen and marker this time. These were some grey sort of drawings that I did. Also kind of reflective of the mood I was in, I suppose. I wasn't in the best humor. Yeah, not my favorite. But this is Griffith College. This is the view from my kitchen. And this is the famous Halfpenny Bridge in Dublin. This is the Lots pub, which is very close to the Halfpenny Bridge. And you can see I did a study of the lamps, which are very common in Dublin. They're a feature that really stands out, and I love to draw the spiral. This is during Halloween period, I'd say around October. Everyone's getting ready and getting more festive. People love to celebrate Halloween in Dublin, and you can see some entertainer there on stilts. This is Rialto, Lewis stop. I went a bit abstract with the colouring. This is the Swan, which is a very nice, attractive pub. I was sitting in a cafe across the road, and these are actually mostly sketchers from the group that I join on a Sunday. You can see them all with their sketchbooks. This is a very popular part of Dublin, a lot of people. This is Temple Bar, which everyone who comes to Dublin will visit. This is another part of Dublin, right next to the Bord Gáis Theatre. And yeah, it's the Canal Basin area. Very, very modern buildings. These are some colour tests, which come up quite well in the paper, even though it's not a very thick paper. It's only 200 grams, but it holds the colour very well. So this is inside Dublin Castle. This is actually some gold leaf that I applied. This is a sculpture in Dublin Castle. This is during Chinese New Year, which is very popular in Dublin. And you can see the coloured lanterns, people doing some demonstration of Tai Chi, I guess. This is celebrating the Lunar New Year on Drury Street, which is a lovely part of Dublin. This is near to, I forgot now. This is the Harry Lemon pub anyhow. Not far from Drury Street. I think I did it on the same day. This one is the canal, the Royal Canal. Beautiful. It was a very overcast day. This is Marlborough Street. Yeah, this is a large bronze hand sculpture. This is a study. This is Grattan Bridge. I'm quite pleased with this one. The pen is green, and then this is grey, I guess. This is the Five Lamps. Yeah, interesting part of Dublin. A lot of people will come up to you and talk to you here if you do go sketching in that part of Dublin. This is the Botanic Gardens. It's a lovely greenhouse in the middle. I know that this is a famous building, but I've forgotten the name of it. It's further down the quays in Dublin. Yeah. This one is St. Michan's Park. I'm very happy actually how this one turned out. Took a bit of work after the fact, so I decided to darken the statue and everything in the foreground, including the grass mound here, so that we had some contrast with the background. So just to lift the stuff in the foreground, something that I learned from just doing a lot of sketches, and then reflecting later on at home when I have time to consider some of these decisions that might enhance the sketch. So this is the, I got this wrong. So this is the Grand Canal Basin. Yeah, very nice part of Dublin. This is Delir Street, sort of Delir Street here. I don't know the name of this building. It's across from Trinity College. This is still Dublin, but not in the city. This is Ardgellin Castle. This is an observatory, Dunsink Observatory, with a large telescope indoors. Not really exactly an urban sketch. This is a very detailed urban sketch I did. I spent a lot of time working on it. Sometimes it's not great if you overwork a sketch, but I just really enjoyed working on this one. And I wanted to do what I talked about before, darken the foreground and lighten the background and make the people stand out. This is a Galway Arts Festival. So this was at night and this was like lit from the inside, so all these luminous colours shone through. This is Ivy Gardens. Yeah, quick one. It feels quick as well. It has the brown pen, which I quite like. Getting close to the end now. So this is National History Museum, which was just my focus with this is more perspective. Always reduce the size of things further in the background. They're smaller than you might think. Objects, buildings, or people tend to grow as you stare at them, but you really need to keep things small. It's something that I just was saying in my head when I was doing this illustration, sketch rather. And then the last sketch that I did was when I had lunch in Powerscourt Townhouse. And that is it. I have now finished this sketchbook and moving on to the next one. Thanks very much for watching all the way to the end. Bye.